Well, hi there folks, I'm Tim Russell from LJ Hooker with this month's Market Wrap. And of course, the question on everyone's lips is, will interest rates come down again? Last month, the Reserve Bank kept those interest rates on hold, the cash rate at 1%. And of course, the news that APRA had released their grip on the banks to allow them to decide their serviceability levels above current interest rates was welcome news to many home buyers. And of course, the lower interest rates, great news and welcome news to home owners as well, knowing that they can look to pay off their loans increasingly faster. The economy in Australia is slowing, there's no two ways about that, and a lot of that is based around sentiment. Of course, the US-China trade disagreements, although not a direct effect to our economy here in Australia, in the longer term that will have an effect, and it certainly creates a certain sentiment in the marketplace around people's spending, consumer income and consumption out in the marketplace. It just generally across the economy has slowed with increased taxes and of course lower wage growth means that people don't have as much ready cash to spend. So people are being much more cautious, and of course over the long term they're bolstering themselves for that to stay here for some time to come. How does this affect the property market? Well, we're seeing reasonable sentiment in the property market and people are still out there buying. We are still seeing the effects of the Bank Royal Commission now with less buyers in the marketplace, and so that is affecting prices, not helping them rise at a rate that many would hope. And in fact, if you're out there in the marketplace and you're looking right now, you're probably noticing that many of the prices are coming off even a little bit further right now, making it a great time to buy. But all in all, the market is fairly steady, we'd have to say. The interest rates are reasonably low, there's not a great oversupply of property, and of course now's a great time to buy, and we're heading into spring. So we hope there'll be a little more choice for buyers, but certainly we also hope that that will increase the activity in the marketplace in relation to sellers' activity and buyer activity. Just all in all, a lift is the hope. Although if it doesn't happen, and we see things as they are now, that's not such a bad thing. It'll be steady as she goes, and the market is performing reasonably well. So as far as interest rates go, that's one thing. As far as clearance rates at auctions, we're still seeing across the board about 50% in the ACT. That's not too bad. And although we're not at the dizzying heights we were a couple of years ago, we were seeing 70 and 80%, 50% we would say is deemed a normal market. So if you're out there looking at buying at auction or selling at auction and you're faced with a 50% chance of that happening within a 4-week period, that's still pretty darn good, I reckon. As far as the future what the future holds for the weather and the weather of the market, we think things are going to go pretty well over the course of the rest of the year, and we would suggest it's a great time to get in and out of property. There's good confidence in the market, there's some good property out there. If you're looking to sell, you've got one chance of getting it right, so make sure you make your property look its absolute best if you're going to go to the market, to stand out from the crowd and rise to the top of the cream bucket where people want to shop, rather than be right at the bottom of that milk pail where you're amongst the rest of the muck. You want to make sure that you do stand out. And if you're looking to buy, make sure you think about the location and what it means to you in long-term stickability in that location for you if you're looking at having a family, or if you already have a family looking for good schools and so forth. You want to make sure that you're somewhere where it's going to hold its value over the short to medium term at least. If you're looking long term, well, it doesn't matter so much because it's going to be worth more in 20 years than it is today. So we wish you the best of luck out there. Folks, I think that's about it for this month to bring you up to speed with what's going out there in the marketplace. I'm Tim Russell from LJ Hooker. I'll see you next month, and in the meantime, I will see you around the traps.